Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying being in Hanukkah. How about you, Rabbi Singer?
Love Hanukkah. I feel like, this is the time to be inside and eating fried food. So it's,
Yeah.
it's
What a
worth
perfect
it.
holiday.
Yeah,
That feels like what most of us have done with the entire pandemic.
exactly.
So we might as well then have an excuse for it now.
Yeah. Nice. So I actually wanted to talk about Hanukkah today. The other day on Sunday morning, with the seventh grade class, the curriculum is really centered around the Holocaust. And so I took this opportunity to talk about Hanukkah and the Holocaust. And one of the most moving images for those seventh graders was this famous image which is from 1931. And it's a menorah on a window ledge in Nazi Germany. The mitzvah of Hanukkah, one of the mitzvot of Hanukkah is to share the light, is to spread the light. We put our lit Hanukkah in the window. And asking these seventh graders about this, they were like, I think I'd do it. I'd be proud to do it, but I'd be scared to do this, to have the menorah in the window. But of course, if we look closely across the street from a large home that has a Nazi flag flying. And uh, I was really thinking about why I put my menorah out. Actually, almost every year I've been in Chicago, Hanukkah has been so late in the year that I've spent some time maybe at home in Florida. And this was my first Hanukkah, spending the whole Hanukkah in Chicago. And so I made sure I went out and I finally got a nice looking electric menorah to put in my window that it would burn brightly every night. But for me, when I walk Shmuley outside at night and I look up at our building, you just see Christmas tree, Christmas tree, Christmas tree, menorah. Um, and it really, it makes me proud to also light up the night in the same way that my Christian neighbors are, in a way that I get to as well, um, and also bring a lot of light to these literal dark times of the year and also tougher times of our world. Um, so yeah, Rabbi Singer, what's it like for you to when you put your menorah in your window? What's it like for you?
Sure. Yeah. I think for me, putting the menorah in the window is a symbol of what I want to be trying to do throughout the whole year, which is like, what does it mean to kind of turn our insides out in different ways? What does it mean to have not just like developing our rich inner life, but really sharing it with the world and thinking about the things that are meaningful to us and spreading it out. And so I think about that a lot with Judaism in general and about how so much of Judaism happens in our homes. But that's not because we are trying to be secretive or personal or embarrassed about it. And that part of our job is to figure out creative and different ways to share what's going on in our homes with the outside world and saying like, the warmth and love that we experience here is not just for us, it's for everybody. It's not we need to cultivate these things for ourselves and our family, but then we need to go beyond that. So for me, it's a reminder of like, how do we turn our insides out and how do we bring what's happening in our home to the rest of the world? That's what I think about.
I love
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I also love that, in this time of darkness, like of literal darkness because we have these long nights, that we're part of a whole tradition throughout the world of bringing light. And I love that each of us, if we're people of faith and are practicing in various religions around the world, we're taking very seriously that this is the time to bring light. And I love when we do it in individual ways. Like there's different reasons why each faith celebrates this time with light, and does things in order to bring light. And I like that we say, you know what, here's the miracle. And I also love that there's a lot of questions around it. Like, why do you guys have, at the end of Hanukkah, 9 candles that are lighting up your windowsill? Like, what does that represent? And, like, why is it in that shape? And how come you might have more than one menorah or Hanukkah in your window? And I just love that when we do things that have symbols, then they then beg people to ask questions, and then we have what to learn from each other. And so I love being able to do that. And I love also that for our people that these meanings have shifted over the years of why. What are we celebrating? Are we celebrating a delayed Sukkot? Are we celebrating a rededication of the temple? Are we celebrating a military victory? Are we celebrating a miracle of a light that was only supposed to last for one night, lasting for 8? And I just love that for each generation, we have these different meanings. And it's really powerful to see that for some people, during the time of the Nazis, they said, well, we're here to be able to say that we're not going to be snuffed out, that no matter how much you try to eradicate a people, to wipe us off of the face of the earth, we will still be able to say we're not going anywhere, no matter the cost. And also, in the end, we will win. And I think that that's something where it's hard to know, would we have the courage to do that? I love that the 7th graders had to really think about whether they could do that. I think for all of us, we wonder. But I do appreciate that we live right now in this time where that message still resonates, and it feels like it might resonate more deeply in the future. Right now, when I light up our Hanukkah and put it in our window, I feel like I'm doing it with neighbors who are also trying to bring light in these dark times. And we're all doing it in different ways, and we appreciate our differences. And we also appreciate what we have in common with trying to bring light to this world. So thank you so much, Rabbi Gelman, for that beautiful prompt. Thank you, Rabbi Singer, for your wisdom of trying to shine on the outside what's internal to us. And so in that way, we turn ourselves inside out. And in so doing, then bring more light to this world. So everybody, Chag Urim Sameach, happy Hanukkah. Oh, I mean, oh.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
That was really